Building a house after a disaster, the impact that we experienced in the Currawong 2019 New Year's Eve bushfires, is actually an evolving process. The biggest issue we have with Australian building standards is that we haven't developed the building codes that suit a disaster environment, because we're staying where we lost the house. People who lost all their homes in the fires are rebuilding. The issue is that we're still building the way we've been building for the last 100 odd years. We're still using materials and components in buildings that really haven't changed that much. So our journey, or my journey, to assist in building our house is to use materials and products that make the building of our new home totally responsible action. In other words, I never want to have to rebuild our house again. I want myself and our family to be safe living in the environment we live in. It's our responsibility to you as taxpayers, as supporters of charity, never to have to come and look after me and my family again. So the process of rebuilding is a task that I take on, considering the accountability and responsibility to you guys. In saying that, I'm building a house that's going to have products and materials in it that will make it so safe and accountable to ember and flame attack in the bush that we live in, that I'm 99.9% sure that it won't happen to us again. We will get bushfires again, at some stage. Climate change is a major factor in how the environment's changing. But you'll see the same thing with flood mitigation and the building of homes for floods. From the recent disasters over the last 4 to 6 weeks, where hundreds of homes got lost to flood damage, the Australian building standards and the people that decide how we construct our houses will step back and take a look at the houses in flood mitigated areas, and that's the same as bushfire mitigated areas. So the process moving forward is an evolving process, and it's challenging. I believe that we're still using materials just to slow it down, and those materials like fire check and gyprock on the outside of houses like ours won't stop a fire, they'll simply slow it down. So the whole concept, and I believe personally we have to be held accountable, is to build homes that don't burn down and that can survive flood areas, 1 in 100-year flood areas. So I'll keep talking about this process of evolving standards for building houses in Australia, but we must build homes that are accountable and responsible in relation to disasters, natural disasters that hit this beautiful land in which we live in. As you can see around me, we're surrounded by bush. I decided to live in the bush. I want the bush. I don't want to clear the bush. I love the trees. I love the bush where we live. And if we want to live in it, we've got to be responsible and accountable for it.